Hi everyone, my name's Loughlin and today we will be making a celebration cheesecake. So this cheesecake is a great recipe that uses up any leftover Christmas cake, Christmas pudding, fruit cake, or anything along those lines really. It's a great easy recipe, it takes about an hour in the steam oven, although you can also make it in your normal oven, and is super tasty and will definitely be an absolute hit. So in front of me, I have all of the ingredients that I need. First of all, my cake tin. So I have a 26 centimetre cake tin here, which I've lined, as you can see, with baking paper. If you don't have that tin exactly the same size, it does work with other size tins, that will be okay. Then we have cream cheese, some sour cream, we've got some vanilla, some brandy, some sugar, and some eggs, and I'll also be adding some nutmeg into this as well. So all of these ingredients, we can pop into a mixing bowl or a food processor and beat them until they're smooth. And I also have over here some sliced Christmas pudding and some Christmas cake. I've got a mixture today, but you know, doesn't really matter. Roughly half a kilo will do, and we will squish this into the baking tin. So what I'll do first, I'll get my tin and I'll get my pudding and my cake. And basically what we do is we'll just line the tin with this. This is going to be the base of the cheesecake. So I've already sliced these into 1 centimetre slices thereabouts. But what we will do is we'll just pop it all in and then we'll actually squish it with our fingers pretty much, or you can use a cup or something, just to make sure it covers the base completely. So all of this goes in. And yeah, just using your fingers, squish it around until you've got a nice even base in your tin. So just use your fingers and be pretty firm with it. You can add a little bit more if you want. You can see here I've got a few gaps sort of around the top of the cake, but this will break up and fill it in pretty well. If it's not 100% perfect, that's okay. Once your cheesecake cooks and it sets, it'll still be fine, it won't fall apart. But if you can get as much coverage as possible, that's ideal. So there we go, that's looking pretty good. We can move on to our filling. So I'm going to pop my cheesecake base to the side, and now we can move on to mixing up the filling. So I'm going to grab my bowl. As I said, I'm doing it in a stand mixer today, but you can also pop all of this into a food processor bowl. Pop your cream cheese in all at once. Ideally, if your cream cheese is at room temperature, that is ideal. I'll then follow with the sour cream, our brandy, vanilla, we've got about a teaspoon thereabouts, my nutmeg, caster sugar, about a cup or so, and then I'll crack in 3 eggs. So all of this is in now. I'm going to use my whisk attachment, whisk this on a medium to high speed until it's completely smooth, and then we can pop it into the cheesecake tin. So you can see this is beautiful, smooth and glossy now. This is exactly how we want the filling to be. So the filling is all done. I think this took all of 2 minutes or thereabouts, so it's super quick. So I'll take this out of the bowl. If you've used a bowl like I have, knock everything off your whisk, sit that to the side, and then now all we have to do is pour this into our cheesecake tin. So let it all fall out, and it goes quite light and fluffy, so make sure you scrape all of it in, and then we'll just smooth it out on top. So use the back of your spatula, smooth it out, push it out to the edges, and then it's really, I guess, important to just give it a few light taps on the bench. This will get out any air bubbles and also make sure you have a beautiful smooth top. Piece of foil, reflective side facing down. Just lightly cover this. Now this will just stop any water from getting onto your cheesecake in the steam oven. So it's just a good protection. You don't need to be too pedantic about how it looks. That is perfect. So now this is going to go into the steam oven at 100 degrees for 1 hour. So that's in now. After it's cooked in the steam oven, transfer the cheesecake to the fridge, and you need to let this cool down for at least 3 hours and ideally overnight. Once it's fully cooled down, transfer it to a plate and we can serve it up. So in front of me here, I have a cheesecake that I made this morning. And you can see here, got the beautiful layers of the Christmas pudding and the fruit cake, Then the cheesecake on top, it's beautiful and smooth, so it comes out an absolute treat, and it's super, super easy. Each one of you watching this, I know you can get the exact same results, which is an absolute joy to know, and it's gonna make your life super easy. Now, all we have to do is get it looking amazing, or even more amazing, and we can serve it up. So I have a mixture of berries here. I've got strawberries, some blueberries, and some raspberries. But any festive fruits go with this. It is a festive dish, being Christmas pudding and all of those flavors. So what I like to do now is I've chopped up the strawberries in half a little bit, but the rest are whole. Just grab these berries and let them fall. However they fall is how they want to be. It looks super natural when you do it this way. If you have a couple that fall off the plate, that is perfectly fine. And there we go. A super festive looking cheesecake, super tasty, and one that will go down an absolute hit. So thank you so much for watching. We would love it if you give this recipe a go at home. If you do, please take a photo, post it on Facebook or Instagram, and make sure to tag Miele along. We would love to follow along in all of your cooking.